Jay, we heard the president saying he's very close to a deal to avoid this partial government shutdown. Tell us about the vote that just happened.
Till next time.
Yeah, so there was a procedural vote to advance legislation that would avert that shutdown and fully fund the government, and it just failed on the Senate floor. Remember, this is a package of 6 funding bills that cover a number of different functions of the federal government. Some of the government has already been funded since the last shutdown, but these 6 bills would fund the remainder, things like paychecks for U.S. service members, programs like Head Start, funding for the NIH, the CDC, the list goes on. And inside this package is also funding for the Department of Homeland Security. And given the situation on the ground in Minneapolis and ICE operations across the country, that has been a serious flashpoint, particularly for Democrats who have said that they will not vote for this funding package if that DHS funding is included and there are not reforms to ICE. And so this procedural vote goes down because Democrats don't support it, while there is that ongoing negotiation between Democrats and the White House as to what ICE reforms the White House might agree to, and maybe stripping this DHS funding out of this package of those other bills and passing those other bills and haggling on the DHS funding separately. There was one more major data point on the Senate floor that just happened, which is that 7 Republicans voted against this package. Not just Democrats, 7 Republicans voted against this. And we just caught up with one of them here in the hallway moments ago, Rick Scott of Florida, who told me and other reporters that he is upset about the current stance that Republicans in the Senate are taking, the idea that they would strip this DHS funding out of this package of those other bills and potentially negotiate with Democrats on changing the legislative language in that funding package or look at other reforms to ICE. So what you're seeing at this hour is growing concern amongst Republicans about those negotiations between the White House and Democrats. So that complicates this situation politically for the president and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Sure sounds like it. Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill. Jay, thank you.